my friends, thank you for joining me in this video today. Today what I want to talk about is something very topical, something that I believe is on the hearts and minds of everybody in the Western world, and that is the news that is coming to us from Ukraine. You know what, I think that the people of Ukraine have been brought to their knees, driven from their homes, and we in the West are standing and watching that. What can we do to help them? I watched the news last night. I watched it as fathers took their wives and their children and put them on trains and sent them away and stood there broken hearted. I wept with them and I said, what can we do? Well, look, I believe that there are two things that we can do to help, and I want to talk about these two things in two videos. I'm going to talk about the first one now, and I want to talk about what I believe is even more important in the next video. But I said last night when I watched the news, what can I do to help? And I ended up this morning in my hometown seeing something that thrilled my heart when I saw how people helped and wanted to help those Ukrainian refugees. Let me show it to you now. It's hard to show the whole scene in these pictures, but there was an overwhelming amount of stuff that people had brought to help those in need in Ukraine. When I arrived, the charity had already filled 8 vans and were trying to get more to transport these donations to their headquarters. When I was standing there, one man came up and offered the use of his own van, and another 2 ladies came and they wanted to give money to pay for the fuel for these vans. When the charity said they couldn't take any more stuff, people were coming up and were sneaking their gifts in among the piles of things waiting to be packed away. I spoke to one of the volunteers there and asked her about the charity which had organised this collection. Well, we're here today, my hometown, Bangor County down in Northern Ireland. It's a long, long way from the Ukraine, but you're here. People are just bringing loads of stuff. Can you tell me the name of your charity? You're a volunteer with this charity. Can you tell me the name of the charity?
Yes, I'm a volunteer with Hope for Youth Ministries. It's a charity that organises and spreads the word of the gospel and the Bible to children. They have been doing a children's camp in Poland for the last 3 to 4 weeks, and when events in Ukraine happened, they saw the need for getting some humanitarian aid out to Poland.
So all this stuff's going to Poland and it's going to be given to Ukrainian refugees there?
It is. There's a great need when people are fleeing across the Ukrainian-Polish border, literally with nothing.
Well, look, thank you very much for the work that you're doing for the Lord here today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
When I was a child, I remember that they used to say about some people, he's too heavenly minded to be any earthly use. Well, that's not the kind of spirituality that the Bible calls for. Jesus said in Matthew 25 verses 35 and 36, he said, "For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me." And in verse 40 he explains it. He says, "As you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it to me." Be encouraged in your practical help of the refugees, of the homeless, of the hungry, because that's what Jesus says. Inasmuch as you do it unto the least of one of these, so you do it unto him. If you've enjoyed watching this video, make sure that you don't miss the next one. Coming up in my next video, I'm going to talk about the most important and effective way that we can help the people of Ukraine. Don't forget to like and to comment, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, and I will see you in that next video.